Ty, we hear a lot about the war on cancer. Is there such a thing? I mean, it goes back to what, Nixon, right?
Yeah,
And,
Nixon, 1971. Yeah, there is a war on cancer. Unfortunately, the war that most people think of when they hear about the war on cancer, we're losing. We're losing that war, losing the war to defeat cancer, because there are more people that have been diagnosed with cancer today than ever before. More people are dying from cancer today than ever before. So we're losing that war, but the more popular, or the less popular war that I like to talk about, that is more prominent now, is the war against alternative cancer treatments. There is a big war going on right now with suppression of treatments that are natural and holistic and what we would consider to be alternative. Although I don't like really the term alternative, because it makes them seem inferior, because they're really not. They should be priority. They should be the first one that you go for, and then the chemo and radiation surgery could be last. Unfortunately, there is a war against those natural treatments, and so most of the ammunition is being unloaded against those practitioners, those medical doctors, those researchers, those supplement companies that are supplying these treatments that would fight cancer naturally.
well, which kind of goes hand in hand with what you're saying, when that original war on cancer started in what, early 1970s, I believe,
Yeah, 71.
under Nixon, and all of the supposed cancer drugs that have come out since then, and we have a higher incidence of cancer now in most cancers, a lot of cancers, than we did back then.
Yeah, yeah, and that's because a lot of the drugs are immunosuppressive. And so if you look at a cancer as being a disease of a compromised immune system, and we all have cancer cells every day, that we generate thousands of cancer cells every day, by the way, and they're all over our body. But a healthy immune system is able to quarantine them, kill them off. But a non-healthy immune system, an immune system that's not functioning properly, can't control the cancer. And so when you have these drugs that are coming in that are compromising your immune system, they're compromising the number one thing that God gave you to fight off disease. And so that's why incidence of cancer are higher now. As a matter of fact, there was a fellow that I don't know if we've ever talked about this before, but I did a radio interview about a year and a half ago. And I talked about how chemotherapy drugs kill. They kill patients. And that's not conjecture. That's just the truth. You look at death certificates. They're not going to say that, because they lose their job if they say that. But the truth of the matter is that the chemotherapy is so toxic to the internal organs that there's just nothing they can do. It's just going to kill you off. And so you may die from liver failure or pneumonia that you've contracted because you have no immune system. But we won't say that on the death certificate. But anyway, so this guy that contacted me after this radio show, he said, "You were right about chemotherapy." He said, "My mother went in, she was fine, she was healthy. She just had some issues that she thought might be minor issues. Went to the doctor, he said, you've been diagnosed with cancer, you got to start chemotherapy immediately." And he said she was dead within 14 days. The drugs killed her. But if you ask a doctor, he's not going to admit the drug killed her. Oh, it was just coincidental. But the fact of the matter is these drugs are killing us because they're compromising our immune system, and that's our first line of defense.